Good afternoon, everyone. Greeting from Brisbane, Australia. I just come back from my trip in West Africa. I have a successful journey. I uh, I supervised the buyer. I was with the buyer, and the buyer was really very happy. Now, I would like to share good news and bad news. I will share for you first the bad news. When I was in Conakry, Guinea, there were 4 European stranded in Conakry, Guinea. Didn't get the gold because they were dealing with fake seller, broker, and the broker wanted to earn, and the broker sell the gold very cheap, and the owner of the gold didn't agree cheap price. So and that was a problem of that particular buyer from Europe. But I'm not going to mention his name so that he would not be embarrassed. That was a good and bad. The bad news, he doesn't have money to buy gold. The refinery put money into his bank account and he overspent. So he cannot tell the refinery that there was a gold. So he asked me if I could help him. I said to this buyer that I'm sorry, I wouldn't be able to help you because the policy of my seller in Conakry, you will only be entertained when you are a company guest. The seller will issue you the Lambdin visa and you have to show the proof of fund. So our policy is very simple and very clear. Now the good news, my buyer is happy. He got the gold and the process is done. Now may I give you the policy of Conakry is very clear and very simple. The minimum requirement now, we no longer deal with 2 kilos or 5 kilos. It's not worth it for you to travel because the expenses is very high. So our minimum order is 20. Why 20? You must remember, you cover your airfare, hotel accommodation, spending money, taxi, and etc. Plus, Wilhelmina will charge you an extra service. Wilhelmina's airfare, hotel accommodation, spending money and food. So there is a cost. So if you order 2 kilos, 5 kilos, it's not worth it. Now I rather suggest you 20 kilos. Why? The 5 kilos, I will get the calculator so that you will understand. Now, I am teaching you. I'm not supposed to teach you because I'm not a teacher, but I feel sorry for you. Now, this is very clear and simple. You don't need to deal with broker to broker outsource. You found Wilhelmina. You watch and read the full corporate offer on this video below. However, I will give you the costing. Now, if you buy the gold on 20 kilos, our selling price is 8%. Now, today the price of gold is 42,482.50. Less 8%, your profit is 3,398. Okay. Now, on 20 kilos, your profit, this is your profit on 20 kilos. So, you cover your expenses, your airfare and hotel accommodation and extra service of Wilhelmina because I'm going to charge you my airfare, hotel accommodation. So, you're going to get still the profit. So, set aside the 5 kilos for expenses. Now, on 20 kilos, 42,482.50, okay, minus 42,482.50, our selling price is this one. Hang on. Okay, 42,482.50 less 8%. You get the profit of 3,398.60, right? Minus 42 again, 482.50. This is our selling price times 20. This is you are going to pay to the seller, bank to bank. Now, on 20 kilos, you will see that in the office. Inspect, hold, and taste the gold before the gold will be brought to the central bank. Now, when you see the 20 kilos of your reservation, you need to pay a holding deposit. You will be given a receipt, right, that you paid a partial down payment. It's not upfront. When you buy anything, you always pay a holding deposit. When you buy a car, you always make a down payment. When you buy it's called this funeral arrangement, or you buy property, you always have a down payment of 10%, right? So buying gold, exactly the same. So then when you do the partial down payment, you will be given a receipt that you pay a holding deposit. Then you start to transfer payment from your end, from your bank account to the seller's bank account. You need to inform your bank before you travel that you are going to transfer payment to the seller's bank account to purchase valued goods, so that you will not be withheld accusing money laundering and gold laundering. It happened to my buyer, but it was been fixed. That is why the buyer was delayed to depart in Conakry, Guinea. So it was been fixed. I am sharing you this information so that you will not be so surprised. So when you buy, you always inform your bank that you're going to travel to buy the valued goods. So your manager will be aware. Then the seller's bank manager also aware that my seller expecting payment from your end. You got my point now? Okay. So you're gonna stay the clearance of your payments 3 working days, but sometimes it would delay. Make it 5 working days. Why? When you transfer the payment to the seller's bank account, goes to the correspondence bank. Then the correspondence bank stay 24 hours or 48 hours, then transfer to the central bank. It would take a little bit of days to process. Then the central bank will transfer the payment to the headquarters of the branch. Then the headquarters of the branch, the headquarter money goes to the headquarters. Then that is the time transfer to the local branch. So it would take 3 to 5 working days. Why it happened? That's why I'm sharing with you. No matter wherever you go, it would be delayed because the correspondence bank and the central bank, they're working together. The money stay for 24 hours, then there's a time they transfer to the central bank, then transfer to the local branch. So you need to understand. Okay, now what happened now? When your payment would be cleared, that is the time the seller will go to the central bank and pay all the taxes, process the export documentation. So the gold will stay in the central bank, would not take out. So another 3 working days to process the paper. You must remember, you need to be patient. African has a bad habit. They are very slow. Not like you and me, our system is very fast. So you need to be patient. African sellers have a bad habit. They're going to say, no problem, no problem. I said, no, I don't want to hear that, no problem. There would be a problem at the end of the day. I'm very, very sharp. And when they call you, when you call them, they wouldn't pick up the phone. They're lazy to answer. And if they have an appointment 9 or 10 o'clock, they will show up 11, 12 o'clock. So you need Wilhelmina on the ground. I know the character of African. They are practicing bad habit. That is why they don't progress faster compared to Australia. When you make an appointment 9 o'clock, exact 9 o'clock, you're gonna be there. If you have an appointment 10 o'clock, exact 10 o'clock, you're gonna meet your appointment. In Africa, doesn't work like that. They will not meet an appointment on time. One time I called my seller's son. He did not pick up the phone. And I told him, I sent him a text. When someone called, meaning to say, we are important to your business. And then appointment didn't show up. I scolded the son of my seller. So I am sharing you so that you're going to be aware when you travel to Africa. So now, 20 kilos minimum requirement in Conakry, Guinea. You know, in Conakry, Guinea, rich on natural resources. Bauxite, gold and diamond, emerald and so forth. But they are low progress. We need an investors as well. So if you are an investor or buyer, come to Conakry, Guinea, talk to Wilhelmina. Conakry, Guinea is very safe. very safe, and I'm very happy in Conakry Guinea. But their system is a little bit slow. You need to be patient. You will get gold. You know, every Tuesday, tons of gold leave the country. Tons of gold. Every Tuesday, central bank is closed. There is no processing from a small trader because that the particular person is very powerful in that country. They take 5 tons of gold, deliver to Qatar, deliver to Dubai to their own customer. Their existing customer. So Tuesday, no transaction, specifically for that particular person. So transaction Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, there is no transaction. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday only. Tuesday, leave it for a particular person. So when you are a buyer, when the export document is processed, then the armor car from the central bank will deliver the gold to the custom area. If you are on my page, there was armor car. There's a gold inside the armor car. I was on the custom area. There's so many police guarded the gold. So you are safe. Don't be worried. Wilhelmina would be with you. But Wilhelmina is going to charge you her extra service to cover the airfare, hotel, accommodation, spending money. And if you cannot afford, therefore you cannot afford to pay the gold. Remember, I give you the figures. I will repeat again. I will summarize so that you will understand. This is Conakry Guinea policy. Now, the price for the world market is 42,482.50 on the world market per kilo. You are buying unrefined. This is now refined in the world market. So you are buying unrefined. We give you less 8% to start with. Then your profit is 3,396 for 20 kilos times 20. This is your profit, right? And you see that? Your profit, 67,972 for 20 kilos. Now, 42,482.50. Okay, we give you less 8%, and 42,482.50 times 20. This is you are going to pay. Send it to my seller's bank account. This is for 20 kilos. So you get the profit on 20 kilos. So when you sell it to your customer, whatever the price, you still get more profit. Right. So now, you see the 20 kilos in the office, then you make a holding deposit. Maybe 10 or 15%. So you need to bring the money, cash money. The rest, you transfer the payment from your bank account to the seller's bank account. Now, it would take 5 working days. Why? Sometimes it delays. You give 5 working days. You're going to advise your bank manager that you're going to purchase the valued goods to Africa. And then the seller will inform his manager that he's expecting payment from overseas so that you will not be accused as gold and money laundering. So now, when you make a down payment, immediately you transfer the payment, the balance, in order to pay cash, because this is cash business. This is not C.I.F business. So, your payment will go to the correspondence bank. It would stay maybe 24 hours. From correspondence bank, go to the central bank. It stays another 24 hours. Then from the central bank, goes to the headquarters of the branch of the seller's bank. Then they stay for another days. Then that is the time they will transfer to the branch of the seller's bank account. Does that make sense? So then that is the time your export documentation will be processed. But your gold is already there in central bank. Once you make a down payment, immediately the seller will bring the 20 kilos to the central bank to process. But the seller would not pay the taxes to the central bank until you pay the gold. So our selling price is tax inclusive. You are not paying taxes. So the price, the tax is already on the price. That is the reason why our price is premium. So now, when the process export documentation, then the armor car from the central bank will carry the 20 kilos to the custom area, and then you're gonna meet the chief officer of the central bank to hand over to the custom, and you will receive and sign the paperwork. Then the gold will be shipped to your destination, 20 kilos. It's really very heavy to carry. I don't know if you can carry 20 kilos. It's up to you. So it's better to ship it to your destination. Alright, so you got my point. Minimum of 20 kilos. Now, Wilhelmina have different sellers. Bamako Mali, Conakry Guinea, Sierra Leone. So Wilhelmina is charging you an extra service in order for you to be supervised as a business tour guide, because you are a foreigner. But I've been to West Africa, I know my seller. So I charge you to cover my airfare, hotel accommodation, spending money. Come on Skype, we will talk about it. How much I'm going to charge you. You need Wilhelmina on the ground. You really need it. If I am not on the ground, if there is an issue, I wouldn't be able to sort it out. I wouldn't. It happened when I was in Conakry Guinea. Lucky I was on the ground. There was a small issue that really the buyer was really furious, but we sorted out a little bit of issue. The delayed. So you need to be with Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina will talk to the seller, make sure everything is spot on. And I don't like to hear the seller no problem, because there would be a problem. I said to my seller, are you sure? Say, yes, madam. No, I want you to make sure. I want you to make the assurance. I don't want to hear no problem, because there would be a problem at the end of the day. So that is how I'm very, very tough. When I was in Conakry Guinea, I scolded the son of the owner of the company. I really scolded. And you know what he said to me? Wilhelmina, are you insulting me? Yes, I am. Because I travel 18 hours from Australia to come to your country. And I brought the buyer. So make sure my buyer is happy. Because I'm a customer service. So the little issue was sorted out. So the buyer is happy. So that is why I'm sharing you the good news. The bad news, there was 4 buyers stranded in Conakry. They were a representative of the refinery. The refinery paying their expenses. They failed to secure gold. I told them I wouldn't be able to help you, but I invited them for dinner with my own cost. Here in Africa, everything is cash. I went to French restaurant. It's not for credit. It's cash. Every time we dine, I paid $150. Every time. I entertain my buyer. The money that the buyer pay me, I throw it back to the buyer. I entertain because I was there. I make sure that the buyer is happy. My extra service is going to be with you, because I have to make sure we have to dine, we have to go somewhere else. It costs money. In Africa, always tip, tip, tip. When the driver open the door, I have to give a tip. When the house cleaner clean my room, I have to give tip. Everything is tip over there in Conakry Guinea. You cannot just say, Madam, I want to get gold. No upfront fee. To me, you are a crook. Madam, I want to get gold C.I.F. No. Who is going to pay for that? Gold will not given to you unless you pay. So I am sharing you so that you will understand that this is not for you if you don't have the money. This is not for you if you're asking for LC or BLC. This is not for you. Gold is cash. Africa is cash economy. Now, if you want to buy a small quantity, I will bring you to Bamako Mali. Bamako Mali will consider 5 kilos. Again, the same scenario. The gold will be asked to the DGM refinery in Bamako Mali. Bamako Mali, there are 2 refineries, KMR and DGM. My seller would not deal with KMR. If you have an account of KMR, fine. You test the gold first to DGM government refinery, then you pay cash, then you bring it to KMR and let the KMR ship to your destination. You pay cash first. Then the seller will give you all necessary paperwork, because KMR will not receive the gold without all paperwork that the gold is free of illegal activities. KMR will refine the gold to 99.99. Now, I did call the KMR last year to bring gold to Holland. The importation tax is 21%. So the buyer wanted to refine gold into 99.99 so that he would not pay importation tax. Now, on 20 kilos, it would smelt 24 kilos to make into 20 kilos of gold, 99.99. But you have to pay the premium, because the extra bar is not for free. So we'll talk about it. We'll discuss when you come on Skype with Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina will arrive the day before you arrive. I make sure that you will be entertained by the seller, and Wilhelmina would be on the ground ahead of time of you. You understand what I'm saying? If you're gonna say, Wilhelmina, I cannot afford your extra fee. Alright, you can travel. I will arrange the landing visa for you, but if there is a problem, don't come back to Wilhelmina, because I told you that in the beginning. There was a guy, he's Indian, I think last year, his name is Isas, alias, I think. He went to Conakry, Bamako Mali. He was talking to me, and he said he's going to buy gold and bring it to DGGR, to the refinery. And he was stranded in Bamako Mali. He was window shopping. And I told this Indian, based in Dubai, I told you so, that once you are not invited, seller will deny you. So I make an effort to arrange. My seller said, no, I'm not interested. See? We only entertain buyer with invitation. Meaning to say, you are serious buyer. You're going to be invited. Show your proof of fund, your bank statement. What's the point of traveling if you don't convince us that you are really a serious buyer? There's no point to entertain. There's none. My full corporate offer is already in front of you. That is a full corporate offer of the seller. I put everything. I was the one who introduced this, so that you will see who is the transparent. Now, there was a buyer from Dubai. He was following me on YouTube and Facebook, and he was asking the white guy from South Africa, if you watching and reading my main virtual page, you will see the white guy. When he arrived, then my seller depart with the gold. And I shake hands, and he said, Wilhelmina, I had a buyer that wanted to know whether you're a real person. I introduced myself. Hi, good afternoon. I'm Wilhelmina Ford from Australia. And you know that white guy says, I know you. I said, where did you know me? How? I followed your YouTube and Facebook. At last, we meet each other. So he said, oh, can we do the picture? I said, yeah. So he took a picture with me, and he sent it to his buyer. The buyer fly the following day. Is that so good? So you people hate my guts. Some of the joker broker really don't like me. That's not my problem, my love. It is your problem. Why? You're a joker. Joker are scared this woman. Crook buyer is scared with this woman. Why? This woman doesn't buy bullshit. Gold is not bullshit, my love. Gold is money you are buying. And very tricky business. Very, very tricky. So that is the reason why I am sharing with you the real procedure. Manifest and diamond is there. We don't send pictures and video anymore. Why? You are going to solicit. You're going to use that to solicit buyers. The picture that I have on my page are original. No one can copy it. You take you can buy that diamond, you can buy gold. No more sending picture on your name. No, I'm not interested. To me, you are not a buyer if you're asking like that. You view on my page, read the procedure, listen to this video, then I believe you are a buyer. I am a customer service. I am facilitating both buyers and seller. No more broker joker. I don't deal with broker joker. Last year, there was 6 broker from United Kingdom. Their buyer is a jewelry manufacturer. And he's a good friend of mine. And he was the one who tapped the resources. But he was dealing with 5 different agents. They wanted commission how much? And suddenly, they go behind our back. The visa was cancelled. They were being suspicious of my seller last year. Now, I'm in my seller's office. You know what? My seller is very, very sharp. No mobile phone in the office. When you enter, when you talk to my big boss, no phone. Because, you know, I took a video and etc. I was reprimanded, even though I work for them. Why? They don't want, because this is a very dangerous business. Very, very dangerous. So, I was only allowed to take a picture on the reception. But when you go to the office of the big boss, no video, no picture. You can take a pictures with the gold, but not the person that main owner. You know the owner of this company? He's a very powerful man. But I scolded his younger son. And they called me mother of gold. And the old man, I called him the father of gold. He's a very, very powerful. But even though I scream his younger son, the father salute my temper. And you know what the father said? I couldn't turn a woman. I couldn't turn down a woman. So I forgiven them. So the father, before I left, he wished me good luck. And I told the father, I'm happy with your company. So Mrs. Ford, we need your services. Yeah, I work for them. I have my own office. Right. So this is, I'm sharing you. Now, if you want to buy diamond in Sierra Leone, minimum of 4 or 5 stones. In Conakry, Guinea, the seller would not entertain 2 stones. In gold, seller would not entertain 2 kilos. It's not worth it for you. But I will put you to different sellers, because I handle different sellers. You got my point? Come to Bamako Mali, the 3rd largest gold producer in West Africa, right? Conakry, Guinea is the land of plenty. The natural resources, they are rich on natural resources. Bauxite, gold, diamond, emerald, and so forth. So which one you like? So come on Skype, talk to Wilhelmina or Messenger. I want to see you. Then I would believe you're a buyer. But if you send me an email asking C.I.F, then I will reject you. There's no point. I already given you. You already watched the video. Why are you going to send me C.I.F? You just send me a letter of intent. Wilhelmina, I watch you the video. Wilhelmina, I need 22 carats, 20 kilos. This is bank-to-bank payment. Cash. This is cash business. And you need to put your address, telephone number, and email, and the refinery. Most of you guys sending me email, you don't know how to introduce yourself. To me, you are not a buyer. A real buyer will know how to introduce himself. That is the reason why you don't like my brutal way of telling you. This is not for you if you don't know how to introduce yourself. My name is Hi. Eh? Don't send me an email Hi. No, my name is not Hi. My name is Wilhelmina Ford. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good afternoon.